Okay. All right, all right. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, welcome back. So, we're going to do another painting tonight. So, I'm going to do... So, I made a video where I showed how to make this, the oval here. And we stuck it on the canvas. Now, we're going to make a painting out of this. We're going to paint within this oval here. And it's going to be a simple scene, you know, little mountain, trees. I just wanted to show you how to do this technique for anybody who's just starting out. This would be perfect. Anybody can do this. Just a little practice and you're good to go. But the tools we're going to be using, I have like a couple of these 2-inch brushes, you know, the 1-inch brush. I have a couple fan brushes. Oh, palette knife. This is a small palette knife. I like using the smaller ones actually a little more because you can get into tighter spaces if you need to. And then I use a little script liner. I have a couple of these running around. That's it for tools. Palette. I have a limited palette tonight. We're going to do titanium white, phthalo blue, alizarin crimson, mountain mix, and Prussian blue. So just like 5 colors there. That's all we're going to use. Make a nice little landscape. And this, I just took cardboard and taped some palette paper to it. That's all this is. That's all we got here. So I'm going to set my palette down over here, off to the side. And I'm going to try to do a little painting for you. So I hope everybody's having a good night. Hey, welcome in. Hey, we're going to do a little Bob Ross style painting tonight. So, with that said, we're going to put on, and all I did was put on the oval, which I did a video on yesterday on my YouTube, just showing how to make the oval and how to stick it on properly without it buckling and all that fun stuff. I have tape here to kind of hold it in place so it doesn't peel off and fall while I'm painting, but for the most part, it's sticking on there pretty good. But we're going to paint within this, and we're going to peel it and reveal a nice crisp edge around there, a nice little painting. That's the plan. We'll see how that goes, though. So with that said, we're going to take a 1-inch brush, 2-inch brush, my bad, and we're going to go right into our liquid white, like that. Dip some of that liquid white in there. Like that, and go boom, 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 boom. And just cover the whole canvas with it. Just doing these little crisscross motions. And when you get to the edges of your oval, just go from the outside in. Just kind of work like that. Just kind of go in. That way you don't go up under and get paint underneath it and ruin the edge there. So we're just gonna get this liquid white on here, and I might actually have too much. I don't know, maybe. We'll see. We'll find out, because there's a test you can do to find out if you have enough or not enough. So we're just gonna do these little crisscross motions here. Let's get these going. We're just going to do a nice little winter scene, I think. Nice little winter scene. Some pinks and blues. Because we have a limited palette tonight, so we're just going to... I'm working from the inside out. Or outside in, my bad. Getting my insides and outsides mixed up. Sorry. I can't see what I'm saying, so... I didn't pay the rent on my tongue today, so. Okay, so we have this whole area covered with the liquid white, And I successfully got paint on my hands already. So, it wouldn't be a painting show if I didn't have paint on me, right? So we're just going to wipe that off with paper towel. All right. Welcome in. If you're new to me, welcome in. I'm a landscape artist, MK Inspired Art. Or you can just call me Matt. I don't care. So, hey, I got 100-something people here. Wow. Thank you. Wow. All right. So let's go into, well, let's see how much we have. So we're going to take our 5 fingers here. We're going to touch different areas. And you should still be able to see your fingerprint. I have a little too much down here, so we're going to take, we're going to take a paper towel. And we're going to put it on here. And we're just going to kind of use some pressure with our brush and just kind of soak some of that up. That's how you do that. Just use some pressure and that'll take away the excess. And then you can just blend it out. Get those paper towel marks out of there. And when you're doing these ovals, you want to work from the outside in, just so that your brush doesn't go up underneath and, you know, ruin the nice edge there. So we're going to take a little bit of crimson. We're going to pull out some crimson here. We're just going to tap. Just tap some of that onto the brush. Pound it out a little bit. Gets a nice coating there. Don't need a lot. And we're going to just kind of start here in the middle. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add as I go. So I don't want to start off with a forest fire in my painting. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come down like this. I'm doing these X motions like this. And then down here I'm going to have some water. So I might reflect some of that down here. And just do this. So if you're new to me, check out my channel on YouTube. I do tutorials and all that. I know there's a million people who do them, but I appreciate everybody who stops by and watches my stuff. So we're going to try to do this little painting here. Might add a little bit more crimson. So I'm just going to tap a little bit more crimson on the brush. Come up here. Do these same X patterns. Just like this. And just kind of work outward. Just like that. And then once you get to your edges, work inward, I meant. My bad. I keep saying outwards and inwards and stuff like that. So, all right. So we're going to just keep blending this out a little bit. Gonna come up here. We're just gonna maybe fade some of that up there. Something simple. Like I said, this is gonna be a simple painting, nothing crazy. So I like these colors that I'm about to use. That I'm gonna use here. It's the crimsons and the blues. So I'm gonna take my brush and wipe it off on a paper towel quick. Just get some of that excess off of there. This works really well. It gets enough of the paint off that you don't really need to do the whole cleaning procedure and go through the whole, what are you painting? I am going to paint a little mountain scene. I'm going to have a big old mountain right here, big old trees, some water. You'll just have to hang around. It's going to look like a mess at first, which it's the ugly stage, I call it. But once it starts taking shape, it'll look good. So I cleaned off my brush a little bit. I'm going to go into some phthalo blue. Just touch some phthalo blue on your brush. Just tap. It doesn't take a lot because blue is very strong. So we're going to come up here. And I'm going to work outside to the end. Because our oval, we don't want to mess that up. So we're going to come in here. And then once we get in here, we can start going like this. So I'm trying to be careful around the edge here because It's sticking, but I'm nervous about going up underneath the border there, so I'm just trying to be careful. Just want to blend that out a little bit. Just come down here, blend. And I might add some more blue to darken that up a little bit, but in the meantime, we're going to use what paint we have, and we're just going to work outwards from the outside to the in. Here we go. We're going to have some water down here. I'm going to tap a little bit more paint on my brush. Get some of this. Let's go up here. Shoom. There's a nice little oval here that we're working with, so. Outside to the inside. Like that. We have some water here. There we go. And a little bit more up here. Pound it out a little bit better. Just take some of the blue, go up there. I want it to be a little darker up here, so I'm gonna bring that down. And if you're doing this and you notice your arm's getting tired, it means you're doing it right. So I'm going to try to blend some of this down here like this. Bring some of that down. Like that. And then I'm going to clean off the brush. I'm just going to do a paper towel clean. Get some of this off of here. Hey, welcome in, welcome in. Thank you. Thanks for joining me. Thank you. I'm just doing a quick paper towel clean. Just get as much of that off of there as you can. Just doing that. Look at all that excess paint we're taking off of there. And then this blue is very, very strong, so don't be alarmed if it eats up everything. You want to be very sparingly with the blue because it's so much stronger than that crimson. That's what whenever I'm teaching classes and I'm telling people to use only a little bit of blue, and I'm like, I'm not even kidding. Like, this stuff will, and they find out because they say, oh, I'll just use a little bit more. And then they have so much blue that it just eats everything else up. It's wild. I'm just trying to get as much of this out of the brush as I can without going through the whole cleaning procedure. Usually you can get away with it. Hey, thank you. I've never seen from the beginning. You make it look so easy. Oh, thank you. Thanks so much. I will be uploading this to my YouTube channel, so if you would like to watch it in its entirety, go over there and check it out at MK Inspired Art on YouTube. I would greatly appreciate that. So I'm going to come up here, just kind of, we're just going to blend this nice. And you don't have to have a lot of pressure for this. Just come up here and start going like this, these X strokes like this. And just a little bit. Start working this up here. So what we're doing is, I don't know if you can see that, but we're taking these colors and crossing them over each other like this. Like that. Just doing these X motions. Nice soft sky there. Maybe bring some of that back down here, and we get this like little lavender hue right here, which is gorgeous. So what my goal is to make these colors kind of merge together, so you can't tell where one color stops and one begins. So you kind of want to blend them together, and that's the gorgeous thing about this, the oil paint. So what we did to achieve that is we put the liquid white base on, and that allows us to move this color and to blend this color as well as we are. So that was the first step we did. If you are just now joining, we put the liquid white on, and that allows us to blend the colors. And what that also does is helps us use, this is the wet on wet painting technique. So that's the style I'm doing tonight, wet on wet, because you're taking a wet base, starting out with a wet base color, and then you're putting more wet paint on top of that. So it's wet on wet. And it accelerates the whole process. So you can, bust out a painting in like an hour or two, whatever you want to do. So I'm going to take, maybe just blend this out a little bit better. Yeah, there we go. Some water down here, so. Bring this down, maybe. And I'm just being careful around my edges here, not to go up under so I don't mess up that nice bordered edge we're going to have. So I'm going to try to keep that nice, and we'll see. But that's nice and blended, and we're going to go into the cloud stage now. So we start off with, it's called the ugly stage, where you just throw in the color on there. Then we do the blending stage, which we just done. So this looks all nice and smooth and blended and soft. Then we go into our clouds, which that's next. So I will show you that after I clean my brush off. Clean my brush off here. And so you can pick up a lot of color. Just doing a paper towel clean again. Hey, thanks for joining. Thank you. Thank you so much. Hope you guys are having a good night. Tomorrow's Friday. Anybody got any plans for the weekend? Where's everybody watching from? I am here in Pennsylvania. Yeah, let me know where you're watching from. What's your favorite Christmas movie, maybe? Jersey, hey! Central PA. Who was that? Frog fashioned by Tony. Hey, I'm in Central PA as well. I'm right by Harrisburg. Thank you. Thanks for the gift. Thank you. Hey. Hey, Patty. Huntington. Oh, cool. South Carolina. Terrible college team. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the heart. Thank you. Wow. Thank you. Thank you so much. Iowa. Woo. Wow. That's awesome. All right. So now we're going to take a fan brush, and we are going to make some clouds. I'm going to dip into a little bit of liquid white just to make my paint a little bit thinner here. Let's see. I'm going to go into some of this liquid white. I'm going to load up my fan brush. Make sure you guys can see that. There we go. Okay. Load up that fan brush full of color. A lot of color. I'm going to set my palette down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just you can do this a million different ways, but normally what I do is I'll just take the corner of the brush and I'll just do this. Start doing little circular motions like this, and just kind of grind the brush, but keep it moving. So you start picking up that paint. what you can do, after each cloud you make, you wipe it off with a paper towel. Get that excess paint off of there. Go back into your white. Let's see. Let's make another one like right here. Let's go right here and just work our way in. And you can do like all kinds of squigglies and all kinds of weird stuff. It does not matter. Clouds are really, really easy and free to do. It's just funny. One time I was teaching a class, and when I was teaching them, I took paint and took the fan brush, and I was looking at them, and I wasn't even looking at the canvas, and I just started throwing the paint on there, and they were like, oh, "You're not looking," and I'm like, "Yep, I know." It's all good. So I'm gonna take my 1-inch brush, and I'm gonna use the top corner, and I'm gonna kick it up like this. And we're going to touch the bottom here, and we're going to fuzz out the bottom by doing little tiny circular motions like this. Little tiny circles. And we're going to blend out the bottom of this cloud. Something like that. Oh, I got a hair right there. If you get a hair in your painting, take the corner of your brush and just pop it out with the corner of your brush there. And that'll get rid of that. So just take and fuzz out the bottom of that. Little tiny circular motions. And then you can come up here like this. Very light. Do a little fluff. 2 hairs and some air, like Bob would say. And you got some nice little wispy clouds there. And we're going to do another one right here. I'm actually going to add more white to that to kind of bring it out. Set that down. All right. About to get started. Got any first timer tips? Do you have to put any kind of primer on canvas? What you can do, normally what I do is when I get those bulk packs of canvases from Michaels, they say they come pre-gessoed, which they do, but they don't do a very good job. Because I've noticed that sometimes when I go try to do an oil painting, it sucks the oil right in. So what I normally do is when I get a canvas, I will prime it myself, even a couple coats of white gesso. Do that do like 2 more coats of white gesso on there, and you'll be good to go. It'll be fine. But then after that, all you'll need is your Bob Ross liquid white. This stuff here. This is the oil painting technique here. And this jar is all messed up, and it's about half full. I'm about half down, so I'm going to be getting more eventually. But yeah, that's put on the liquid white, and then you start putting your colors on. Yeah. I should make a video just on how to apply the liquid white. Okay, let's see. How long did it take for your live streams? Start getting an audience. Did it take long? I don't. It only recently just started getting a little bit more views. Because I'm trying to get a more consistent schedule. I'd say in the last year, I got more viewers on here. So, been on here a couple years now. What's that? Oh, did I miss comments? Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to fuzz out the bottom. Actually, add a little bit more white to that. So I'm going to take my fan brush again. Go into some of that white we have. A little bit more white, and we're going to kind of just go crazy with it. We're going to have a mountain right about here, so this part really isn't going to matter, but we want to do it like there's nothing going to be there. so that whatever does show through is still going to look good. So that's the mentality I have. Just act like it's all going to be visible, even if it's not. Because you might change your mind, and it might not, you know, have something blocking it. So you want it to look nice. So, all right. So I'm going to take that 1-inch brush again that we used, and we're going to fluff out these clouds using the top corner of the brush, and just blend that out. Blend out the bottom. Don't hit the tops of this, just the bottoms. Just blend that out, and then you want to very lightly pull it up, and then you want to kind of just graze over it very lightly. Actually, something else you could do is this too. This works well too. But you want to have a couple clouds in there. Nothing crazy. I might throw one more layer in front of this one to give it some depth, so I'm going to do that quick. Fan brush. A little bit of white paint. We're going to come in here like this. A little bit more. We're going to go boom. We're going to make this more distinct. I think that's the word. Some more of that white on there. Just get crazy with it. Just go nuts with it. So that's going to be behind that one. So we're going to take our brush, fluff it out. I should have did that before this other one down on the bottom, but that's okay. You can still work with it. You can still work with it. It's okay. You can work with anything that happens on here. So, and Bob wasn't kidding when he said you can literally do anything on here. You can fix anything you try. And honestly, when you have a mistake that you don't really like, there's something that goes differently than what you expected, you kind of want those, because that actually teaches you better to how to fix things and how to make something out of a mistake, you know. So, let's see. How's everybody doing? Hey, I got 130 people in here. Sweet. Thank you. Thanks for joining. Thanks for hopping in here to watch this weird guy here paint. Thank you. Just blend these out a little bit. So we have some clouds going in there. So then I'm going to set these brushes down. So we're going to make a mountain. Set my... right there. Palette knife. And this is just the small palette knife, so I'm, you know, nothing crazy. I got this on Amazon. You can get them in packs of like 4. Usually 2 of the small ones and 2 of the large ones. I think these are called Dugato. I think. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I have my palette here. Palette knife. We have mountain mix right here. We're going to pull some of this mountain mix out, and we're going to cut off a little roll of paint. How well is that showing up? Right there. Little roll of paint right there on the edge of the knife. And what we're going to do is we are literally just going to smush in this color. We're going to come up here. You know, you got to decide where your main peak is going to be, or where you're going to start, because once you do this, you're going to be stuck with it. So start here and maybe come up here. And we're going to make a really steep one tonight. So you see how we cut off some of that cloud? Because this is going to be in front of that. So each layer you do, it's going to be in front of the next one or the last one you did. And so forth. So we're going to do that. We're going to break some of that up. Cut some more paint on our knife. I'm going to come up here, maybe. that. That. And then you want to scrape out the excess. Get some paint on there, and then you want to scrape it. Because at this point, what you're doing is you're just staining the canvas with that dark color there. So you just want to bring this down. Maybe it'll come down like this. Maybe. And you just want to scrape that all the way. Scrape it out. Just gonna get some more paint. Maybe we'll have another one right here. We'll have a big old tree right here, so that doesn't, some of this is gonna get covered up, but yeah. So we come in here and just see how hard you hear how hard I'm scraping. This part you want to use a lot of pressure and all that, and just scrape out all the excess, and just scrape as much of that excess paint out as you can. I know it sounds ridiculous to put paint on and then scrape it back off, but whatever is here is going to remain in the canvas, because this is the point where you're just staining it. So that's okay. That's what we want. So we have a pretty steep mountain peak there. So I'm going to wipe off my knife. Set my knife down. So then I'm going to come up here with a 1-inch brush. I'll check and see how everybody's doing. Sunset. Hey. Yes. Painting clouds with Bob Ross method. Ask for tips. Hey, thanks for the follow. Thank you. I'm just checking to make sure I didn't miss anybody. If you can, go to my YouTube and check me out on YouTube at MK Inspired Art. Give me a subscribe. I'm going to upload this video to the channel later tonight, so that way you can see it from the beginning. So you want to take your 1-inch brush and come up here. You want to grab this paint and just come down. Just come down here. Grab that. Pull that down. And you can come up here. Pull this. Come up here. Just being careful. Keep that the top edge there nice and crisp. That's my only recommendation there. So. Or try to. And then when I get to that oval, I'm just going to come in from the outside and work in. Like that. And then we're just going to blend this out. See how that's going to blend right there? It's already creating mist, so that's already awesome. That's what we're looking for. We want some of that mist look right there, but we're going to tap and bring that to life more. I'm going to clean my brush off a little bit and go back in and bring some of this paint out here. Bring some of this down. Bring some of this. So we want very little paint right here. We want as little as we can possibly get. There we go. Might even fix that peak right there because it's not quite there we go. I added a little bit more to it. Grab our brush, come up here, grab that, pull it, fix that. Okay, so next step. Let me pull off some of this paint here for you. Let's see. We're going to take some of this white paint, pull it flat, nice and flat, like that. We're going to cut off some paint. Oops, too much. Cut off a nice roll of paint. There we go, nice roll of paint. And we're going to come up here. We're going to start, I'm going to start with this peak. And you want to hold the knife very lightly. A couple fingers, just very loose. You're going to come up here. You want to touch. And you just want to let it float. Like that. Wipe the knife off. Come back over, get a little roll of paint. Another roll. Come up here again. We'll come up here. That. Very, very little. Actually, no pressure, honestly. No pressure. You just want to let the knife glide. You want to feel it grab. Like this. Once you feel it grab, you can just start kind of going with it. Just like that. And don't go over it too many times or else it's going to just blend and make a mess. So we're going to come up here. Like that. Come up here. We'll bring this down in front, maybe. That. Some more paint. And we'll come over here, maybe. Very light. Just let it glide right over the canvas. Letting it glide. Cut off more paint. Probably about that much. Not very much. Not a big glob of paint, but you want to get some paint on there. So. Just let it glide. That paint break. Load up some more paint. Grab that and pull it down. We get some cool little effects there. So then what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take the little edge of the knife, load that up. And then turn it, and we're going to come up here to this little tiny peak because each peak gets its own highlights, so you got to remember that. Come up here, maybe this guy is up here, he has some highlight there. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this shadow color now. To do that, I'm going to pull out some of this white paint here. Go off to the side, let's get some more right here. And then we're going to take some of that phthalo blue and mix into that. A little bit more. Pull it out real flat. Cut off a little roll. Actually, I got too much. Make it kind of marbly like that. A little bit marbled. And then you just want to cut off a little roll of paint like that. Come up here, and we'll go touch. And pull that down. Come up here. This here. That. And we'll come up here, we'll give this guy a little something here. Little highlights, and this will add the like that 3D effect that everybody likes. Come up here, we'll just swoop this down in front. And then we can come back in with our white paint. And we can maybe make this a little bit more over here. Maybe bring some of this down. Make another little peak. There. Just like that. So you can build and add more stuff on there if you so desire. But I think I'm pretty happy with that, except for little pieces here that I didn't get. And when you got lots of time, you can do a lot of this stuff here. Lots of practice though. I encourage you to practice. It'll be great for you. And then we have a nice little 3D mountain. So nothing crazy, nothing super fancy, just enough to show you one more peek just on the bottom left. Right over here, like right there, a little one. Because we can do that. Pull out some white paint. I'll get you another peek if you want. Right here. Maybe that one can come down in front. Yeah, let's do it. Right there. Get some paint. Oop, I got a little bit too much. And we can come up here with this and just kind of that. You know, this little highlight right there, and then there's our shadow. Right here. Shoom. Like that. And I can bring that white over a little bit further. Like right here. There. Check that out. See? You can add stuff. You can take, move this stuff around. Sounds good. Cool. All right, so we have our mountain. So that was pretty cool, huh? So then what we want to do is, what do we want to do? I think the next step we're going to do some little foothills. So to do that, I think I'm going to take a fan brush, and then I think I'm going to take some of this crimson. Pull some of this crimson down. A little bit of that blue, maybe a touch of the blue. I'm just trying to flavor this a little bit to the purple side here. That's too much to the red side. Add some more blue. Takes very little blue to make this work, but just mixing this up here. Have some white paint down here. Yeah. White. I'm just adding a little bit of white to this. And we can take some of this. Load up our fan brush a little bit. And then we can make like a little foothill thingy, maybe right here. We'll go boom. And we'll just come down like this. Something like that. Yeah, it's a little dark for what I want. So, I'm just going to add some white. Add some white. We're going to lighten that up a little bit. And we're going to do that again. We're going to go boom, 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 boom. Lighten it up a little bit. I'm gonna take and go boom, 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 boom. Tap, 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 tap. Tap this. And we're gonna lift up a little bit. Tap up a little bit there. Losing hairs on here. I might do something here, and I might fix something quick. I just need my white paint again. I used up all my white paint. Okay, so we'll come up here and we'll fix some of this. We'll go. We'll make another little peak right there. There. Okay. Go. Come over here, maybe. Let's see. I'm trying to decide. Where do I want to go with this? Maybe there's one right here. There we go. That's a little darker than that one. There we go. Get some of that. Take our 1-inch brush and just kind of boom, 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 boom. Just tap it in the bottom there. Take that. Lift up the tops a little bit. Get some of that going. And then we'll make one more. Maybe. Boom. Right there. Boom. I might have this more to the blue side. Footy hills there. Yeah, I'm good with that. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make little evergreens here. Just go corner on a brush. Boom, 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 boom. And make another one here. And we'll make another one, a small one right there. Go boom, boom, boom. These smaller guys right there. And we'll just go boom, 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 boom. we'll throw a big tree in there somewhere. So. Somewhere we'll have some tree there. Big old tree right there. There. I kind of like that. That's good. And we can take our 1-inch brush, pull that down, pull that down, pull it down, pull down, pull down, pull down. And then you want to go across. Make it look like water. Make it nice and soft. And you can take some white paint. And just go. Just do this sawing motion, come across like that. Cut across on your paint, and then just come right in here. Like that. Woo! All right, so we got some stuff going on here. Oh, you could do this. Yeah, you could do this. How long has this taken you so far? Oh, about an hour. Maybe about an hour. Something like that, I think. You could do it. 3D mountain painting, yeah. Yep. Getting them 3D effects going on. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks for the follow. Thank you. Yeah, check me out on YouTube. I try to help people who are trying to start out painting. I try to help them out, get started, and trying to do some tutorials for people to help them out, you know. Because it can be scary. Oh, believe me. Oh, I know. For the longest time, I didn't want anything to do with oil paints. Because I was like, oh no, that's too messy. I'll screw that up. So then I saw Bob Ross on YouTube one day, and I was like, you know what? This guy's making it look pretty easy. I'm going to give it a shot. So that's exactly what I did. I just, you know, went for it. Okay, so I'm going to take my fan brush, go into some of this purpley mountain mix color we have here. And let's say, let's make little trees maybe right here. Boom. Oh my god, I just ruined the paint. No, I didn't. I'm just kidding. Now, so then we have this paint loaded up in the brush here. So we went and made our trunk. Like this, straight on with the brush. Now we're going to kick the brush. We're going to turn it. We're going to turn it like this. So it's horizontal. And we're going to come up to the canvas and kick it to the side so that the corner is going to touch. And we're just going to start here. And we're going to touch and go boom, 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 boom. Working back and forth and downward. And using more of the fan brush as we're going down. And just like that, we have some pine tree. Which we're going to make this land right here. So let's do that right there. That's going to be our land. Bam. Oh man, this is looking nice. I like it. I'm liking this. Load up our fan brush again with some of that Mountain Mix purpley Mountain Mix color there. And I usually wiggle the brush through the paint as I'm doing it. So then I'm going to have maybe another guy right here. Boom. And then I can make some, you can make some reflections down here in the water and just go boom, boom, boom. But I'm going to make this tree first. Hold fan brush like that to put the trunk in. Turn it. Kick it to the side. Use that corner. And bam, 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 bam. And just sock it in this tree. Just sock it in. And surprisingly enough, this is one of the few things that whenever I'm teaching classes that a lot of students have issues with because they want to go like this. And I'm like, no, you're overthinking it. Just literally slamming this brush into the canvas like this. Bam, 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 bam. You'll get the shape because the brush already has the shape. So all you got to do is just literally punch it in. Just boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. See that? Gets the shape in there already. And maybe I'll make a big tree like right. Maybe I'll make this guy right here. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Do our trunk. Load up our brush again. I'm going to make him a little bigger right there. And these can grow on you, so be careful. Oop. I have a puzzle piece. Sorry, I'm back. I had a puzzle piece. Okay. Anywho. I have the exact same story. So Bob Ross decided to try, and I love it. Hey, that's cool. Good. I think more people should paint. I've put it off forever. This is so therapeutic. Yes, it is. Very therapeutic, yes. It's actually proven that it does help you feel better. Like, and I've heard so many stories of people who were, going through something and have come out of their depression by doing some art, whether it crocheting, knitting, painting, drawing, because you can take those emotions and you can make them into something positive. So like if you're having a bad day, you can come in here with the brush and just bam, 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 like this. And look at this, you just, boom. So I encourage people, I encourage you to take up painting. It is amazing. It is amazing what you can do with this stuff. And I know my contact paper ends there, but I like just going down to make sure. Okay. So we added our trees, got our land. Some land right there. We're gonna go in with another fan brush. I usually have a couple fan brushes. That way I can use one for highlights and one for darks. So what we're gonna do is actually first I'm going to whip off the old knife. And I'm going to take a little tiny bit of that highlight color we made. And we're going to make tree trunks by just touching. Just going here and there. Just boop. In different places. It doesn't have to be the whole thing because we're not going to see the whole thing. So it's not really important to do the whole thing. But so then we have our trunk in there. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our fan brush. I'm going to go into a little bit of liquid white. Dip it into that liquid white there. Come up here to our Mountain our highlight color, or not the highlight, the shadow color, our mountain mix, all that fun stuff. And we are going to add some highlights. It's like a light bluish color, a little bit of purple in there. This is what color we're using here. Just that, like this highlight or the shadow color there. And we're just going to touch kind of the same way we made the base of the tree. We're just going to come in here. Touch. And just push these in. And do the same thing. We'll come up here, highlight. Hang on. A little bit more liquid white. Okay. And we touch. Boom, 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 boom. Add some of those. Come up here, we'll do this one. Get some highlight going on here. There we go. Get some of them highlights going on the trees. It looks like snow's on there. So it gives it that 3D effect. So we put on our dark base, like the back of the tree. Then we do the trunk. And then we come in with our highlights. It just kind of sporadically just go boom, 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 boom. So that makes it look a little more 3D, a little better. And then we can come in here and boom, 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 boom. There's some snow. That didn't turn out that well. Hang on a second. Let me clean my brush off. Some paint thinner, get some liquid white there. Let's take some of this. Take some liquid white on your brush. Tap into that paint, and we are going to go just touch. We need to retap some more of that. We'll go boom, boom. And we can come in here and hit some of these with our highlights and all that. Doesn't have to be perfect or pretty, because we're just going to drag it down a little bit. So we're going to take a clean, dry brush. Very lightly, just kind of hold it with very little pressure and just grab it. Very lightly. Just go across. Very lightly. And then we can take our white on the knife and we can make another little water line. It'll look like the ice there. That water line. Okay. So then, what am I gonna do here? think what we're gonna do, I think it's time to peel the tape. What do you think? I think it's time to peel it off here. Let's see. Let's peel it. Let's do it. Okay, so we have that. Looks nice, right? But there's one more thing I want to do. I am going to go outside the border and I'm going to make a big old tree on the side here. Get some of this mountain mix color for this tree. And we are going to go right here and go boom, right on the outside here. This is so cool. I always like doing this stuff. Boom, 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 boom. We're gonna make this pop out of the frame there. So that's the main thing here. That's what I'm gonna do. Take our brush, kick it to the side, and start up here. Just kind of work side to side. And leave some of the sky showing there back. Leave some holes and openings. If you need to, you can get more paint, which I'm gonna do. Just come up here and just boom, 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 boom. Just kind of go crazy with it. Kind of twist the brush here and there. Just get crazy with it. Have fun with it. We're not going to cover up the whole thing, but we're going to make some little things here and there. We'll reload the brush. Just like this. Come over here. We're just filling this in. And then we're gonna pop some bushes and stuff right here. A big old tree right there. Okay, so then take some of this mountain mix color and we will make some bushes. Here, so let that come right off the canvas right there. Right about there. And Okay. Just making sure everybody's doing okay here. So then I'm going to take my palette knife. A little bit of that highlight color. Just here and there. I'm going to make this. We're going to bring this one up. That. Bring that guy up. Gives it a nice sharp point. Got a nice little pine tree. Fix that portion of it there. Boom. There. Okay, that part's done. Now I can take. Oh, I forgot my brush. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little 1/2 inch chip brush, dip it into my liquid white. Get some of that white paint on there. And just tap. And then we can make maybe some bushy things right here. Just working a clock-like fashion. That. Tap. Let's go in here. Maybe go boom, 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 boom. Tap. And you see all them lacy things that's happening. That's because we're doing very little work. So we're letting the brush do all the work. See how opened up these are? That's what we're doing. We're just loading the paint right on there. Thin paint right here. Just touching very lightly. Tapping, get some of this little lacy effects going on. Some liquid white here. Bring some of that paint out. Tap the brush. Get all kinds of those little Little lacy effects there. You just want to tap and touch. Same thing here. Gonna touch, touch, touch. Go above that shadow color a little. Go back over. Back up here. Jaboom, jaboom, jaboom. Like that. Come up here. Do another one. Boom, boom, boom. Like that. Got a little clump of trees there. All that stuff's outside of our little oval we made. Okay. I think, what else am I gonna do here? Oh, something else you could do is with the point of your knife, you can come in here. You get scratching little sticks and stuff. And people think you worked over hours putting those in with a little tiny one-haired brush, which, don't tell anybody, but that's our secret. We didn't. So then I'm going to come in here with I'm going to sign it and take the script liner. Let's take some of that blue. And we will just, we'll sign it. We'll throw our name right here. In the bushes. There we go. Okay, so I hope this helped you. I know I had fun painting this. I hope you try this one. This is really cool. If you want to know how I got the oval, check out my YouTube. Got the tutorial for that is up there. Check that out. I'm just cleaning some brushes here. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I enjoyed it. It is a lot of fun. Definitely recommend it. Very fun painting. With any skill set, even if you're starting out, you can do this. Very, very easy. So if you want to try this one, definitely do it. Hey, thank you. Thank you so much. Go check me out on YouTube. Give me a subscribe. I'm just cleaning some brushes here. Hope everybody's doing all right. So I am going to hop off of here. But thank you, everybody who joined me. Thank you, everybody who's still here. Thank you, whoever may be in here that has watched from the beginning. Thank you. I hope this video has helped you. Definitely a fun one to do. I had fun doing this one. And I have a little bit of paint up there, I think. Yeah. That's okay. I'll fix that once it dries. I'll just go over it with some white gesso. Once it completely dries, I'll fix that. But yeah. I want to thank everybody for taking the time to watch me. This means a lot to me. If you're interested in buying this painting, I will have it on my Square store. Eventually. Just shoot me a message. Just cleaning my brushes quick. Thank you. Hey, thanks for the gift. Appreciate you. Okay. I'm gonna hop off of here. Hopefully I'll be, oh shoot, I don't know if I'm gonna be on tomorrow because I have a couple commissions that I'm supposed to start. So I plan on working on those. So, but yeah, thank you for joining me. I will catch you guys on the flip side. Go check out my YouTube. I hope you guys have a nice night. I will catch you later. Bye now.